The title of this body cam footage is called "A 4-Year-Old Reveals Great Grandpa's Disgusting Secret."
How can I help you?
Michael, you're replacing her arrest.
What?
So.
A family is left devastated when a little girl's horrifying revelation leads to the arrest of her great-grandfather. But what he tells detectives will prove to be worse than anything they imagined.
My grandson's gonna hate me.
The following is based on official police records released to date, and the footage has never been seen before until now. In 2025, a 4-year-old girl shocks her parents when she alleges that her great-grandfather, Michael Brenton, behaved inappropriately with her while he was babysitting her over the last few months. After learning more about the full extent of the allegation, they decide to report Michael.
How's it going? Are you Michael?
Yeah. Hang on, I'm coming.
Yeah, no worries.
You have a nice house.
Oh, it was supposed to be, has its flaws. How can I help you?
Well, Michael,
Michael, you're replacing her arrest for assault of a child.
A what?
Assault of a child.
Michael is promptly cuffed and transported away from the home he shares with his wife Bonnie and her grandsons. Due to the time frame of the allegation, detectives were unable to complete a SANE kit to collect DNA evidence, leaving them to piece together what transpired through interviews with the victim and Michael himself.
I work in the Detective Bureau, in our Sensitive Crimes Unit or Special Victims Team. I specialize more so in crimes against kiddos.
So, like what?
Kids, juveniles. So, you are in custody.
Right.
From my understanding, you would like to speak to me?
Well, they asked me if I would talk.
Yeah.
But then the attorney said not to talk.
Okay.
So how much do you want?
I would just like to speak with you. Are you now willing to answer questions or make a statement?
Yeah. I have a question. This is,
You said
I never saw a police report. I never saw the accusations.
In a forensic interview, the victim would describe in horrific detail what Papa Mike did to her.
Now, before we get into this, let me say that whoever's proven convicted or proven to have done something like this to a child, especially someone they're supposed to be watching over, deserves to be in the deepest hole in jail. At the end of the day, look after who your kids are with, ask them questions, but sometimes it's the people closest to them who will hurt them the most. Let's keep going.
Interview with Michael's wife, Bonnie, the detectives state that they were inclined to believe the victim's statements to be true due to the disturbing nature of what she shared.
But if there's no evidence to it, it's kind of just he said, she said. So that's kind of how I took this at first, but the thing is, she's 4 years old. A 4-year-old doesn't know stuff like that. Right?
I would say probably not.
It's probable that she wouldn't know something like that unless if it was true, correct?
Right.
And the fact that she can straight up say to 5 different people that Papa Mike did this, it makes me believe that this probably happened.
Multiple family members and friends would claim in police interviews that Michael never displayed any questionable behaviors prior to the current allegations. The victim's parents, however, would reveal in interviews and victim impact statements that he had behaved inappropriately with several family members in the past, lending further weight to the victim's accusation.
Do you think there would be any reason for her to lie about this or say this?
I know she always likes Papa because she kind of idolizes him, because I'll say, "Can Grandma have a kiss?" And she'll say, "No, Papa." She kind of sees what kind of reaction she's going to get from me when she don't want to kiss me. But I know he just idolizes her. She's just such a cutie.
Yeah, I just love that little gal.
Yeah, she's real cute.
You know how some kids sit in the back seat and they go, "Are we there yet? Are we there?"
Oh, yeah.
I hear, "Love you, Papa. Love you, Papa."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Despite Michael and Bonnie's claims, the little girl's parents tell a very different story in their victim impact statements. They allege their daughter was uncomfortable visiting her great-grandparents' home and would ask to leave as quickly as possible. Yet Michael's own account of their time together appears to unfold very differently.
It makes me feel good that someone loves me like she does,
Yeah, that's good.
And in my big seat, we watch all her YouTube shows, but if I get up to go to the bathroom, she'll follow me. So I started shutting the door, and she started opening up the door.
Yeah.
Then I started locking the door. She wants to pinch my nose and then hold my lips. And she'll do that when we're in the truck waiting for Grandma's bus to come.
Yeah. So
one day she took all of her little meaty babies, whatever they are, and she piled them up on my head, and I'm going, I can't breathe. This ain't good, but anyways, that's sort of where it kind of started. If Mom and Dad found out, we're going to get our butts whooped, you know. But that probably happened all of maybe 6 times, but nothing.
just like playing and stuff.
Yeah.
Michael insists that nothing inappropriate occurred until recently, owing to him rarely being alone with her. Yet the victim's parents allege in their letters that Michael began manipulating their daughter long before the time frame of the current allegations, detailing changes in her behavior, including frequent nightmares, angry outbursts, and other trauma-related symptoms. They also expressed their belief that she was not his first victim.
We have to look at all the signs, y'all. There are clear signs when someone is being abused, and they mention it right there. Mood swings, wetting the bed, outbursts. We have to watch out the signs. There's a lot of sick individuals in this world. Jesus.
Then Jordan moved in, and there was no more playing downstairs because he slept during the day. So it wasn't downstairs time again until like 4 weeks ago. And
She did that again. When was the first time?
last fall.
Like 2024 or 2023?
Oh, 2024.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then how many times do you think she's done that?
6 or 7.
Okay.
But I could have said no, and I didn't.
Who's all home at this time?
Oh, it's just us on Wednesdays.
Oh, where's Bonnie?
She's with her girlfriends. She don't get home till 2 o'clock.
Okay.
That's why I try to take her someplace so these things don't, transpire. Yeah, it's like when the Bible says, avoid evil.
Yeah. If you're not where evil is, then evil won't see you or you won't find it.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
So you intentionally take her out of the house so this doesn't happen.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And it makes it for a fun day, right?
Yeah.
You guys get to go to the pony farm.
Yeah, because, I feel bad that it's all happened. And
Did it ever happen anywhere else other than in the basement?
No.
Have you done it when anyone else was home?
No.
Why is that?
Because somebody's home.
Yeah. Has there ever been another time where something like this has happened?
No.
Michael claims that playtime with the victim began to take a turn in 2024, stating he rarely had an opportunity to be alone with her except for their time in the basement. In her forensic interview, however, the little girl would claim her great-grandfather's misconduct extended beyond the basement. The detective decides to question Michael further to better understand how exactly his babysitting of the 4-year-old girl could escalate to such a degree.
Do you enjoy doing this with her? I don't want to say
yes, I'm going to say yes and no.
Okay. Tell me more about that.
Well, my wife and I used to be pretty active.
Yeah.
And so you like.
Yeah.
That's why the yes and the no.
I couldn't be a cop. Yeah, I can't be. I would have punched him square in his jaw as soon as I heard him say something. Now, I don't know if that's a play on how I can handle my own emotions, but still, Jesus.
I told this to Bonnie. We got in a big tiff here many months ago. I had an affair on her like 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't like I love you affair. It was just she had an itch, I had one. So, Bonnie has been, I told her, I says, when you became a grandma, you stopped being a wife, And I told her, I said, you need to read Corinthians chapter 7, because you're not supposed to do that to me. Apostle Paul is talking about when you're in a time of fasting and prayer, but you've got to come back to your spouse and take care of business.
Right.
And,
yeah.
That's might not be in the book for my wife.
Right.
It seems like, I mean, I'm not going to stop it too much, y'all, but it always seems like some of these people who, especially these child pedophiles, they lean a lot into Christianity and then, or just the Bible or religion, and then try to explain it or try to rationalize themselves through that.
But I stay with her.
So do you get that because right now there's a void with your marriage, right?
Yeah.
It's empty. There's a box there.
Yeah.
She's not fulfilling her duties, if you will. Does that box get a little filled by doing this? Just kind of a little drip of water into the box to fill it, just to feel something in there?
I don't know.
Are you attracted to her, would you say?
No, I just love her because she's just a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she seems like a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Do you think something more would happen?
No. That would, for me, being 4 years old, that would be harmful.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What if she was 10, in 6 years?
Oh, I didn't want to think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that your actions were wrong?
Oh, definitely.
Do you think that you should be in jail right now? Based on law, not ethics, moral, or anything like that.
Well, I don't like being here, but I know why I'm here.
Do you think it's deserving? Not even you necessarily. If
Well, God says, "What you do in secret, I will shout from the mountaintop."
Yeah.
God's shouting. I know God loves me and forgives me, but I don't want to be sinning. Because Jesus says, "If you love me, you keep my commandments."
Right.
And I'm blowing it here. I didn't want it to be happening. It's that warfare inside you, or like the bad angel, good angel. It's a battle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I don't want to be fighting. That's why I told Deacon from church. Says I'm just going through a war.
Mm-hmm.
While Michael's account doesn't fully align with the victim's report, he doesn't appear to deny the allegations against him, instead framing them as a personal test and a consequence of the breakdown of his marriage to Bonnie. Following his revelation, Michael must deal with the consequences of his actions, as well as his choice to speak to detectives.
When I get home, I got neighbors that seen 3 cop cars in front of my house, seeing me get cuffed.
Right.
They're going to ask questions. Jake's going to tell his mom. His mom is going to tell my best friend because they work together.
Yeah.
And I am just going to be...
Get home. Sir, you don't need to leave the building for the rest of your life.
shamed. I pray this conversation doesn't bury me, because as it is, I know a lot of people are going to find out. And I guess the word shun, family members. I have a feeling that Bonnie won't be accepted at Jake's.
And Bonnie had no idea this was going on?
No. She didn't have any idea until after I got hauled away, and then the police went back there to sit down and talk with her. So I haven't talked with her.
Mm-hmm. So you tried calling her or
no?
My grandson's gonna hate me.
Jacob doesn't hate you at all.
I thought it was funny that he didn't answer me when I tried to text him today, because he always answers me even if he's at work. Can't get one person's life straightened out and then something else happens.
Yeah.
It just seems like never ending. No matter how much you pray, it's like, just don't give up.
Absolutely.
I'm so sorry that happened. If it happened, I don't know.
It's not your fault, and they know that's not your fault.
No, but I should have been taking care of her.
Did I tell you too much? Did I tell you more than a lawyer would expect me to tell you?
I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah.
I just always, like I said, I don't have
But does this work against me?
I'm
To the
just,
court?
I'm a truth finder.
Mm-hmm.
I have zero skin in the game.
So where does this information go now?
I just read a report. And
And then who reads it after
then
that?
the district attorney and your lawyer.
Hmm.
Anything else that you think I should know? You
No,
want to share?
I just hope all I just told you isn't going to put me in jail for long term.
According to court records, 71-year-old Michael Brenton pled guilty to a first-degree offense involving a minor. In their statements, the victim's parents demanded the maximum allowed sentence for Michael, asserting their belief that a shorter sentence would harm their daughter's well-being. Michael was sentenced to 29 years in prison, followed by 10 years extended supervision. It was also ordered that he be placed on the lifetime registry.
So at the end of the day, he ended up basically getting life in prison. They said he was 71, he got 29 years. So you're in jail till you're 100. And then you got supervised until 10 years later. I mean, sounds good to me. But we got to remember about the victim here, the 4-year-old, or this was back in, so she's probably 5 now, 5 or 6, who is going to have a hard time dealing, and she's going to need help from her parents and the people around her and therapists. But always listen to your kids at the end of the day. Always at least try to understand where they're coming from, and then dig deeper if you feel like something is wrong. Talk to them. Because this was her grandfather. Of course, she probably didn't want to tell her parents right away. And it's hard to think that someone you think is so close to them would do something like this to them. But there's a lot of sick people in this world. But let me know your thoughts on that situation, y'all. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said.